Whisper it or scream it from the rooftops depending on your allegiance, but there might actually be a title race in Scotland this season. Steven Gerrard's Rangers have started brilliantly, and there's a real chance they could end Celtic's dominance. The last time Rangers won the Premiership title was back in 2011, with a 5-1 win over Kilmarnock sealing the trophy for Walter Smith and co. But who started for Rangers on that day, and where are they now? But before we start, I'd like to shout out Rangers News. They're a great Rangers website and now they've got their own YouTube channel. So if you're a fan of the blue side of Glasgow, then make sure to check them out and subscribe using the link in the description below. But on with today's video. In goal was McGregor. The more things change, the more they stay the same. McGregor was Rangers #1 when they last won the title, appearing in 37 out of 38 games. 8 years on and McGregor is still at Ibrox, though he hasn't always been there. The goalkeeper left in 2012 and joined Besiktas, and he's also played for Hull and Cardiff before he returned to Glasgow in the summer of 2018. Right back was Whitaker. Another key component of that Rangers title winning side, Whitaker also left in 2012 after the club's financial woes, despite signing a new 5-year deal in July 2011. Whitaker insisted, "We owe no loyalty to the new club," before joining Norwich City on a 4-year deal. The Scot yo-yoed between the Premier League and Championship, leaving in 2017 and returning to Hibs, where he still plays at the age of 35. Centre back was Weir. The man who lifted the title that day, Weir was a Rangers veteran at this point, having also had lengthy spells at Falkirk and Everton. In January he decided to leave Rangers and continue his career in England, nearly joining Sheffield United. But instead he hung up his boots and went into coaching with former club Everton. He had a brief spell as Sheffield United manager and also worked under Mark Warburton at Brentford. This combination eventually brought him back to Ibrox in 2015, and nowadays Weir works for Brighton where he helps manage the loan players who go to foreign clubs. He was alongside Matty Bugera. Ahead of the game, Bugera had already announced he was leaving Rangers at the end of the season, rejecting a new contract at Ibrox. The former Algerian international left that summer, joining Qatari side Weir for £1.7 million. He also played for Fajera and Thessaloniki before retiring in 2016. Bugera is back with former club Fajera in the United Arab Emirates, where he's now manager. Left back was Sasa Papic. After sealing the title, Papic agreed a new 1-year deal with the Gers, leaving in 2012. Despite just being in his early 30s, Papic retired in August 2012 due to injury, unable to shake off a nagging groin problem. Dubbed Mr Dependable, Papic admitted last year that he doesn't have a job when offering Steven Gerrard his scouting services, but the Bosnian did say he still visits Ibrox and will be a Rangers fan until the end of his life. He recently played in a charity game against the Liverpool legends, with some fans wishing he could still play for the first team. Out wide was Wylde. An academy product who swapped Celtic for Rangers in 2005, Wylde was only just properly breaking at the first team in 2011. He'd win 2 trophies that season, and a date that the only honours of his career. Like many, he left in 2012, heading to England to play for Bolton. He's been a bit of a journeyman since then, playing for multiple clubs in both Scotland and England. His most recent side were Livingston, but they released him in September, meaning the 28-year-old is now a free agent. In the middle was Maurice Adu. The American made more than 100 appearances for the Glaswegian Giants, becoming a key figure in the Rangers midfield. But as the story goes, he left in 2012, joining Premier League side Stoke City. He admitted it was a dream come true, but that dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Adu made just one appearance in the English top flight, a 10-minute cameo in a 0-0 draw with Liverpool. That was his only Stoke City appearance, going on to Turkey and America before joining Philadelphia Union permanently in 2015. He officially retired earlier this year and now works in the media, covering the MLS and the Champions League on American television. He was alongside Stephen Davis. 8 years ago he was a Rangers player, and in 2019 he is again. But he's been a Premier League regular since leaving Ibrox in 2012, playing a key part in Southampton solidifying themselves in the English top flight. Davis has also excelled on the international stage with Northern Ireland, and he's now back with Rangers during the twilight years of his career. Next up is Stephen Naismith. A versatile forward, Naismith started on the right during Rangers' 5-1 win over Kilmarnock, and he got a goal too, doubling Rangers' lead in the 5th minute as they cruised towards the title. Leaving in 2012, Naismith proved he could hang in the Premier League with Everton, but a move to Norwich was less successful, unable to stop them succumbing to relegation. Naismith returned to Scotland in 2018, spending a year and a half on loan with Hearts before making the move permanent this summer. Through the middle was Lafferty. The Northern Irish striker was a Rangers hero on the final day of the season in 2011, scoring a glorious lob within the first minute. His hat-trick helped the Gers on the way to the title, ending the season with just 11 goals, his best ever tally in blue. Can you guess when he left? Yes, of course, it was 2012. But Lafferty took a slightly different career path, going to Switzerland to play for Sion. After that it was Palermo, Norwich City, Kaika Rizespor and Birmingham City before he returned to Scottish shores with Hearts. His Rangers return didn't quite go to plan last year, and now Lafferty is in Norway with Sarpsborg. And finally we've got Nikica Jelavic. The Croatian forward also got himself a goal against Killy, one of 36 he managed in 1.5 seasons as a Rangers player. Jelavic joined Everton in January 2012 where he started brilliantly, netting 9 goals in his first half a season in England. He'd also played for Hull City and West Ham before China came calling in 2016, joining Beijing Ren. He's still over there, now playing for Guizhou Hengfeng. So that's where Rangers' 2011 title winning 11 are now. Don't forget to check out the Rangers news channel using the link in the description below. Thanks for watching and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.